Insider number 69. Today is December the 7th, and happy Monday to you all. We are live now on Discord and YouTube, and as you know, this call will be also available for you to check out later in our Horizen podcast. Also, please remember to be asking your questions on Menti while this call is happening so we can have our good Q&A session at the end. I'll pass the word now to Luca to give us the engineering updates. Please, Luca.
Thank you, Angie. Alberto is on the line as well, so I'll just pass it to him for now. Alberto, welcome. Do you want to start today's Weekly Insider?
Yes, sure, Luca. Thank you. Okay, let's start with a bit of update about a change of the plan. I mean, a restructuring a bit of the plan. So, and this is something that also Rob mentioned last week. So we wanted to anticipate and reduce risks on main chain delivery. So what's the goal? The goal is first to have a main chain deliverable that is containing all the Zendoo changes. So all the functionality of Zendoo. So I mean, the one that are already present in the beta release, but also all the other that are not yet been present. So, for example, the quality management or the seed session withdrawal, the main chain backward transfer request, and so on. So, and going on with this, I mean, there is also the proving system. For example, we want to have the possibility to verify a certificate proof using the final proving system that we will be using on the sidechain side. And this should be a proving system that, as we said many times, must be efficient for recursive proof composition. So we want to be sure to reduce the risks of the main chain delivery. So we restructured a bit the plan to put more resources on the Zendoo implementation and on the proving system, and let me say, slowing a little bit down the SDK and the circuit delivery. So we will be able to have a main chain release that can start working on testnet, and also the code audit we'll be able to start sooner. And in the meanwhile, we will continue and finish the SDK and all the changes that are related for the proof introduction on the SDK, and obviously on the circuit side. So and we are confident that this is going to speed up a lot the main chain release, and we will reduce all the risk factors from it. Okay, let's then go back on the specific updates regarding starting from Zendoo, and in particular on the certificate quality. We have been doing a first code review session on the certificate quality, and in particular on the acceptance to memory pool implementation. So everything was fine. But some changes were then requested, and currently they are being performed. Next code reviews are going to happen in the next days. Okay, the other big topic of this week is the proving system. You heard me in the last weeks and probably months saying many times about the work that we were doing on the proving system to make it to optimize it from two different standpoints. The first standpoint is, I mean, on the implementation perspective, for example, using GPU for some specific operations that are that can have benefits if run on GPU, but also from the proving system design perspective. So currently, in these months, we have been working on finding ways for having a specific proving system being able to have better performances, both during the proof generation and also on the circuit that will verify the proof itself, because you remember we have to do recursive proof composition. And so one of the things that we have been working on in the last weeks is an accumulation and deferred validation scheme that allowed to significantly cut some of the most expensive operations that were needed by the intermediate proofs. And when I say intermediate proofs, I say, for example, let's say, for example, that we have in a block different transactions and so different proofs, and these proofs have to be merged and then merged again, and you have different layers of recursion. And let's say that if you can see it for a whole epoch, you have a big set of proofs that needs to be created and merged. So let's suppose that we can have some specific activity of the prover that can be saved for these intermediate proofs, and doing this expensive part just at the very final proof. So, and if you think about it, if you think in a scenario where you have thousands of transactions, or maybe in an epoch, maybe they can be million or 100,000, and if you save something on a specific proof, it's a very huge benefit. So this is one of the things that we have been working on, and on Friday we went through it, and it seems very, 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 very promising. So we had some numbers. I cannot provide the details for now, but the research demonstrated a huge performance improvement on the recursive proof composition timings, and the numbers showed us a number. Let me say the performances that allowed us to have the transaction throughput that we expect to have on the sidechain, on a single sidechain. So very very happy about this. And on the other side, we have been also working on the GPU optimization, and we moved on also on that part. And also on that part, we had huge let me say improvements. So this whole set of improvements allowed us to have numbers that now seems really to meet the goals in terms of transaction throughput that we had for the sidechain side. And so and the last thing about the proving system is that we have been able to have these numbers also using a proving system without the need of trusted setup. So, and this is a big advantage, because whenever you need to have a specific, for example, customized circuit for any reason, you don't need to have another trusted setup, with a complex ceremony and so on. But instead, with this proving system that we're working on, I mean, this is based on a non-trusted setup proving system. So this is, we're very, very happy about this. And so congratulations to Ulrich and to the proving system team for the amazing job that they did. And you will see in the next weeks something, let me say, more precise, and we will publish the results of what we did. Okay, moving on the circuit side, we had very intense design discussions, and specifically on how we are structuring the gadgets and, more in general, the code to allow easy circuit customization for custom sidechain transactions. So what are we talking about? Let's say we are introducing a sidechain that, for example, can be a lottery or a stable coin sidechain. And let's say that we want to track this pool value, and we want to verify and we want to enforce the verification of this pool value in the circuit, because we want to be able to allow seized sidechain withdrawal or mainchain backward transfer request also in mainchain. So we want to prove that the value is something or other elements that are necessary for allowing the seized sidechain withdrawal mechanism. So we identified a design on the circuit side that allow you to introduce a very general concept of state. And so you can see the pool value, the lottery pool value, for example, as a sort of a state, and we designed the hierarchy of the classes and the components on the circuit side that allows you to just focus on the specific state you want to introduce. For example, we say the lottery pool value, and the other part of the circuit are left unchanged. You don't need to modify them. So we're, let's say, putting a lot of effort in finding ways to structure the code on the circuit side to have the developer, even even in these complex scenarios, to have the developer's life easier in customizing it. Obviously, if we are talking about a simpler scenario, I mean the circuit that will be available out of the box will be more than enough and no need for customization. But if you need for customizing it, we're working to make it easier and to let you introduce the rules in a more simple way. Okay, and I think that it should be almost everything for this week. So, Luca, back to you.
Thank you, Alberto. Great updates as usual. One more thing is that last week we had it was the halving week, but I'm sure other people will cover these updates. So back to Angie now, and see you later for engineering related questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Alberto and Luca. Let's continue with Jonathan to give us the growth updates.
Hey everyone, happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a good day. So last week we saw a large spike in traffic, obviously with the halving and the price volatility. This week we're seeing more normal levels, normal patterns of wallet downloads, emails, and metrics. So obviously there's some kind of correlation between price movement and traffic on our website. And so I've been brainstorming some ways to be more proactive in communicating these kinds of partnerships and traffic spikes. So for example, maybe incorporating automated emails to users after a certain threshold in price has been moved. So again, not saying anything about purchasing, just kind of information about what's happening with no call to actions. So this is like pretty common. CoinMarketCap has this, Blockfolio has this, and Gustavo even had a really interesting idea of having a very simple notification service on the hub. So for example, you can put which kind of coins you're following and then be notified when price movements fluctuate. So something we could build pretty quickly and might have a big impact. In addition to that, we're looking to put the ticker prices up top on getzen.cash on the forum. And I think that would just be a fun way where people don't actually have to leave the hub. They can just see all the prices up top, which is really nice and convenient. And then we're also integrating a new web push tool called One Signal, and that's going to go live hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks. In addition to that, we're continuing to build a What is Horizen page for Lucy, and then we'll be starting on upgrades to the Sphere page pretty soon. That's it for me. Gustavo, anything on your end that I missed?
So I've been working on a competitor analysis for the product team, and I just want to say, the more I study and research the other projects, the more I appreciate Zendo. So thanks to Alberto, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth the wait. And that's all. Back to you, Angie.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Let's continue now with BD for the BD and operations updates.
Thanks, Angie. So today, Vano has no integration updates for us. So I'll turn it over to Caspers to talk about our sidechain partnership outreach campaign, and just a little update. Both Vano and Caspers are preparing diligently for the Paris Blockchain Conference that's coming up later this week. So hopefully we'll have some good BD leads that come from that conference. Caspers, any updates?
Sure, thank you, Dean. Hey everybody, happy Monday. A quick update from my side. Last week we had one of the busiest weeks in terms of outreach calls so far. We had around 10 calls with various projects for which we have multiple follow-ups to make this week. Other than that, holiday season is approaching and we are expecting to have fewer calls until, I would say, mid-January, after which the activity should pick up again. Nonetheless, currently we have 2 MOUs in the works, and our first partnership from this new BD funnel process that we told you about and that we signed an MOU with a couple of weeks ago should be announced very soon. Other than that, we have several solid leads that we will be continue working on this week together with our strategy and products team. And as Dean mentioned, we will be participating in the Paris Blockchain Week and looking out for some cool partnerships there. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thanks, Caspers. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you, guys. Let's continue with Lucy for the marketing updates.
Hey, guys. Hello. This is... Oh, Lucy, we can actually hear you. Did you want to do the updates this week?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure if my mic was working since I was doing the testing in the morning. It's working out. Great. So happy December and happy Monday. Well, let's move to the December, developer community growth. So we had a 2.18% increase in our early adopter program enrollment, which was a really huge jump in comparison to the previous weeks. And we had a 3.33% increase on HDE user signups, which is pretty good as well. And then all that brings our total developed growth to 2.95%. So really strong growth. And now we have over 3,000 devs joined our dev community. So really excited about that. And the Paris Blockchain Week Summit is this Wednesday and Thursday. It is the biggest blockchain event in Europe. So we'll also be attending the event, and we have a booth there too. And due to COVID, the previous on-location event is now 100% virtual, which means people all from all over the world can attend online and network with the industry leaders and developers and investors. And our co-founder Rob will also be speaking on the panel on the main stage on Thursday. So make sure that you go there. It's going to be really interesting, and because it's a large conference, it does require an admission to attend, and you have to buy a ticket. However, we are giving away some developer tickets for free right now. Okay, so all you need to do is to answer a few simple questions about Horizen, and you will have a chance to get a free ticket to attend this event. And then the developer tickets normally cost 157 euros, and then it gives you the highest guest access to the event. So it's really, really nice, high value You really don't want to miss it. And then the giveaway is shared via our social media and newsletter. So make sure that you join the giveaway. And we have several tickets that we have available, and it's first come first serve. So make sure that you join the giveaway. Again, we will be announcing a new sidechain partnership this week, and then we have more new partnerships in the pipeline later this month as well. So stay tuned. And then lastly, we all know that we had our very successful first halving last week, and our community hosted an amazing live stream party to mark this very special and historic event. And just wanted to let everyone know that this was an event organized and hosted by our community volunteers and members 100%. Okay, so I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who involved and helped to make this party happen. Like Michael from Telegram, and Spencer, and everyone else, and all our special guests. And you guys really make our project special, and then milestones like this very, very fun and special. So I believe Spencer has some exciting recap from last week. What's yours?
I certainly hope it'll be exciting. How's my voice? No, not voice. Audio problems again.
Hey, Spencer, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, great. Well, folks, it was a blast. First off, big shout out to Michael from Telegram. This was his idea. This would not have happened with him. He was the glue that made this thing happen. I just happened to have a role. So we did a live stream that took place during the halving, or having, as you like. And we're still sort of reeling from the success of it. We had 1,600 views, which I think was pretty darn good. We collected 68 Zen, thinking we might collect 6 or 7. We gave away 63, kept 5 to give to the Horizen Community Council to kickstart that. This is essentially what we're thinking of as a rollout for the Horizen Community Council. We had industry people, we had community members, we had everyone from Charles Hoskinson to a graduate student at the University of South Carolina who was developing in Zendu. We had Rob and Tatiana Moroz talking. We had Rolf Versluis, founder, one of the co-founders, talking about the early days of the project and how things got off the ground. We had Alex Mashinsky of Celsius. We had Danny of Cool Wallet. We gave away a Cool Wallet. We were originally thinking we were going to go for about 3 hours. We went for over 6. We could not give the money away fast enough because it kept coming in. And so, I still get chill bumps just thinking about this. All I can think of is that this is the peak of things to come. Okay, the community is getting energized, and we are going to do what we can to make this project successful from a community point of view. I hope someone heard any of that. Lucy?
Thank you, Spencer. Yes, we were able to. Thank you so much for the updates. Let's continue now with Rosario for Product and Engineering.
Hi, guys. So I will also voice my I was blown away by the by this live stream, the participation by the community and the industry leaders. It was quite remarkable. One of my, I had a lot of favorites, but it was so interesting to hear about a Zendu developer, and it's just very, very emotional and heartwarming to see how far we've gone. And this is amazing. So thank you, Michael and Spencer and everyone else that contributed to the halving party. And a shout out to Stanley, who is going to be joining Michael and Edelex in supporting these weekly insiders and the YouTube video editing for the weekly insiders. So if you're a community member out there, don't stay in the sidelines. Join this machine. We are a community project, and we have a lot to do. And it's the community that's going to take Horizen to the next level. So thank you all for that. Okay, so you've heard Alberto mention the shift of resources, and in case you didn't, Alberto's comments were amazing and great, but I do want to highlight the importance of his comments. So we are doing a highly complex delivery, and it is in highly complex deliveries. Of course, you don't want to. You want to reduce the risk of the delivery. So the work that's been done to identify what to focus on to make sure that we are able to successfully deliver a Zendu and a proving system is great. So I'm really excited for this. I think we're honing in on a schedule that is actually going to be it's very aggressive, but it is possible. And I'm looking forward to in the upcoming weeks. We'll be working on a 2021 roadmap, which we will be publishing. So this is going to be part of that roadmap. So I'm really excited for that. From the Horizen Lab side, some minor updates. So I had a pretty significant update last time, but regarding the Celsius audit sidechain, we are going to be presenting the path to decentralization this week. And special thanks to Alberto, as he provided high-level architecture suggestions that would allow us to reach the decentralization sooner before reaching our complete Lattice implementation. And of course, Mauricio for identifying the interim steps and proof of concept, and the proving system. Specifically, Ulrich participated in some of the cryptographic inputs that was required for the project last week. So we have a set of slides that we are going to be presenting this week, and looking forward to actually starting to build that project once we get the heads up from the Celsius team. Regarding Enigma, we continue building the sidechain, the game chain, and coordinating with the customer on changes that they have to do on their end. The significance on this game chain is that it's actually allowing us to use the SDK in its full capacity, and we are providing some inputs to the engineering team, the SDK engineering team, on improvements. So we had our first feedback session with the SDK developers last week, which was very, very helpful. And we identified some workarounds that will have to be in place in the meantime, but at least we are able to properly inform the engineering team of any changes that are needed for specific use cases. That's it for now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rosario. Rolf, would you like to add any comments or updates?
Yeah, a few things. Thanks. I want to thank both Michael and Spencer for putting on that awesome halving event. That was a lot of fun. That was really well done. Very positive. Thanks for including me in it. I enjoyed it so much because all I had to do was just show up and talk, which made it really, really easy. We had fun while we were waiting for that final block to come in. Of course, with the, on average every 2.5 minutes, but decided to be a long block that time. So that was a lot of fun. And then Alan just posted that we're at the 3 years of Secure Node anniversary, which is huge. That was a new and different way of getting people to be able to actively participate and contribute to a blockchain project. And the way of doing the tracking and allowing everybody to see the status of their nodes has just evolved into a really well-developed and well-operating system. So I think that's really increased our participation and kept people engaged here for the last 3 years of the bear market. 3 years, 2 years? Anyway, it's been a long time. So I think that's really wonderful. And then, Rosario, I had a question for you as a follow-up for the development partners that are being done. Are these, as the SDK is being used and software and sidechains are being developed, are they being run as standalone blockchains with the idea of hooking into Horizen main chain in the future, or are they running on their own DevNet? Whatever you're able to share on that, I'm just interested in finding out.
Yeah, so these are going to be the, individual blockchains. So yes, the vision is for them to have the communication with the main chain, with the Horizen main chain.
Okay.
So yeah.
So they're basically being run as their own blockchains with the idea that that there's parallel development and they hook into the Horizen main chain when that capability is there.
Right. So this will allow us to number one do so. A lot of these are starting up as proof of concepts, so it allows us to prove that we are able to do something, and these will be migrated to mainnet once. So all of this is done on testnet, right? So there will be a migration to mainnet when we have our full implementation.
Well, I hope
it's very exciting.
Yeah, and I hope that there, in addition to what Horizen Labs is doing, there's a lot of independent software developers that are doing the same thing with the same idea in mind. If not, that's a really good opportunity for people to be doing that. Thanks. That's all I got.
Thank you, Rolf. And now let's welcome Rob for the final part and Q&A session.
Thank you, Angie. Hello, everyone. Just reiterating, huge thank you to Michael from Telegram and Don Crypto, our very own Don Crypto, for the amazing happening party. It was really awesome, especially getting all of those really cool video interviews that you did and all the giveaways. A lot of fun. Thank you very much. What I wanted to do, and we're running a little over though, since we're nearing towards the end of the year, it's always this time of year that I like to take a step back and think about where we've come over the year. And obviously we need to start planning for the year. And we have. So this part, what I'll bring up today is really putting things in context so we can just lay out what we're going to be doing for our roadmap for the coming year. What I want to say is 2020 was not the year that we thought it was going to be. It was an absolutely insane year, and COVID totally slammed us and the world. So what I can say just from our perspective, not to wax geopolitically or anything like that, but from our perspective, what COVID did is it really hit our operations. So several people on our team actually got COVID. That's never a good thing. Our actual office in Milan had to shut down, and our teams since then, some of them have been back to the office, and we opened up a new office, which is great, but not everyone has been back yet working together. This does take a toll. So when we think about having tasks and burning down tasks and collaborating on development, especially on such a complex system like we're doing, we're not building websites here. We're doing extremely complex, innovative things. It does take a toll. Now, as a project, as a team, we've done our best to try to just keep on going, and the team's just done a fantastic job. Not to let it get to their heads or anything like that, but to be able to work through this has been absolutely, I would say, heroic in a way, and that's just part of it. So there's a lot more going on than just COVID, even though COVID was really the big singular shock to the world and then to our own operations. We also had enormous market volatility. And again, that this project is funded by Treasury, and the economic value of the Treasury is a function of the price of Zen. And we underwent almost an 80% drop from our high to our low this year. That type of volatility is what we've had to deal with as a team, in addition to members getting COVID, in addition to the office being shut down, in addition to, you name it, plenty of other things that were not exactly on our list of things that we wanted to happen in 2020. Anyway, in response to this, we've had to be very proactive. We had to just face reality as it came and not put our heads in the sand like ostriches. And we've had to make some really hard decisions. And those decisions have included scaling down significant parts of the operations of the foundation, including dismantling entire functions of things that we were doing, and unfortunately having to do layoffs of really key personnel. Ex post, what I can say is, that was extremely painful, but what's absolutely phenomenal and humbling is the fact that people have still stuck around and just continue to remain key contributors to the project. It has been absolutely amazing to experience. We've also, in this time of extreme hardship and volatility and price crashes and COVID, delivered our most significant software in history, or in our history. The Zendoo beta on our parallel testnet was a monumental delivery that we did in the middle of the year, and we've been having teams building on this since and improving the SDK. And then the team that delivered that has been subsequently, immediately, just turning to, we know that we have to get this in production, and there's a lot of work that goes into that. So just getting started on that other stuff. We've also, in the meantime, been able to bring on and work with and train some of the best scientists and engineers in the industry. My bias in saying that, but it really is humbling, again, thinking of the talent that's going to building this incredibly complex and ultimately innovative system. We've had huge scientific and technical breakthroughs in some of these subsystems that will drive the Zendoo implementation. And you hear snippets of this every week with Alberto talking about what's going on the engineering side. But there's some deep innovation going on there and some serious breakthroughs that I think sometimes just get lost in the mix of we always have so many things going on. And when we talk about some big breakthrough on a proving system, block performance, it's easy to just have that be one of the things in a big mix of things that we talk about, but absolutely huge in its relationship to the ultimate product that we're going to be delivering. We've also done a lot of other stuff, outside of the technology domain here. So we launched HDE, the developer environment. We've launched the early adopter program, HEAP. We've launched Zen Hub, delivered new academy content, raised capital, actually launched pipeline. And we've had just so many other intermediate deliveries and accomplishments as a community, as an ecosystem, that it is humbling. And guys, I just want to put this in context. This all happened in 2020 when the world was falling apart, and when we've had some of the our own team suffering from the chaos that was happening out there. So anyway, in one big wrap up here, I want to say that it's humbling to be part of this. Really proud of the team that we put together, and we continue to push forward. So now we think, where are we going from here? And we've been talking about this. The 2021 roadmap is going to be very heavy on delivering Zendoo to mainnet. And then all that encompasses the proving system that you heard some detail about today. It includes the SDK, it includes the circuit, it includes the main chain delivery. So the Zendoo piece, there's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of other supporting software that goes into it. And do you guys hear Alberto say no trusted setup? I mean, that was pretty amazing, and something that I honestly did not expect going into this year. And the team, towards the end of the year here, has already pushed forward on a design that includes getting rid of the trusted setup. So I think this is just absolutely fantastic news, and honestly extremely exciting. What you heard Alberto mention before, and Rosario reiterated this, is the plan to mainnet here is risk decouple, or we're decoupling some of the riskiest elements of the project. And I want to drive this point home because there are multiple subsystems that are going into the ultimate delivery. And what we're doing by decoupling here, especially the riskier items, is we are having a focus and a commitment to getting Zendoo to mainnet on time, on schedule, and not letting other risk items potentially push that out. So we're going to be doing things in parallel with a big focus on getting Zendoo to mainnet. And then the other work, the circuit work in particular, will be going on in parallel, and will be potentially also gets delivered with it, or potentially is a subsequent delivery. But the bottom line is we are getting Zendoo to mainnet, and we're going to make sure that we have the smoothest, lowest risk path to make that happen. What else? So beyond that, in the coming weeks here, closing out the year, we're going to be announcing, like Lucy said, a big partnership. Hopefully this week we get that announcement out. But there will be a few others when it comes, between integrations and new partnerships. I'd like to close out the year strong, and then we're going to also be publishing the 2021 roadmap to you guys, so we can get community feedback on what's going on there. But like I said, it's going to be very much Zendoo mainnet heavy, and you'll see the specific technology path of how we're going to get there, and the development path of how we're going to get there. So anyway, I'll stop here. I know we're a little over time. Just wanted to put things in context, big picture, and conclude with, we are coming to the end of this year, 2020. But honestly, guys, we rocked it. It's been very volatile, but really rocked it. And 2021, we have some really big things, some monumental things for us as a project on the very near horizon. So exciting stuff. We can stop here, and Angie, if there are any questions, we can open it up.
Thank you, Rob, for the word. Okay, so the first question, thank you as well, everyone, for contributing, is what are the main goals of 2021?
Zen-do on mainnet, the biggest goal. And besides that, there's the full lattice implementation and the proving system, the circuit that goes into that. And from the technology perspective, we have a lot on our plate, and we're just trying to focus on it. Beyond that, we are on a BD and product tear. So we have this combination now of BD working hand in hand with the product team and generating new partnerships, a lot of them, and funneling them to the product team to actually facilitate, if not directly build these blockchains. And Rolf, to just reinforce what Rosario said, yes, the exact goal of this BD to product effort is to use our SDK to launch blockchains for other partners, and then ultimately for these blockchains to be interoperable with our mainnet. So they will ultimately be full sidechain implementations.
Thank you, Rob. Next question is there one biggest reason why other projects want to work with Horizen Labs?
I think our team, honestly. I mean, Dean, feel free to chime in here, but from what I've seen on some of these calls, it's the team, the tenacity that we have, and just our no-nonsense attitude of we're going to make things work, and we're going to be the best people that you ever partner with to make things happen. That said, of course, we have amazing technology to sell, so that's kind of an easy sell. But there are other really good projects out there that either are missing one of these two things. Maybe they're not having the technology that really scales at kind of a cost value point that people want, or their team just isn't professional enough, where they're not following through and being extremely aggressive with making sure that these things work out. And Dean, please chime in if there's anything else that you're seeing just from all of your talks.
I think Rob Viglione as CEO is a big selling point. No, but
don't make people laugh.
Crickets, silence on the call.
Exactly. Just like my Twitter feed these days, silence.
No, I think you nailed it, Rob. I mean, so the people that we're reaching out to, there's no one size fits all. So some of them love the technology. Some of them love the team. There's some personal connections. And as we heard last week, some people just want to be part of a cool project that's doing great things. So we've seen the full spectrum.
Awesome. And last question is everything fine after the halving?
All systems check. Absolutely. Everything is fine. And we just got our the first post-halving node payments out, or in process of getting out.
Awesome. Okay, so those were the top 3 questions. Thank you, everyone, for contributing and asking them, and also for attending our weekly Insider. See you all next Monday for the latest Horizen updates. We wish you all a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great